looks like the neighbor's got the same idea I do this morning. Let's go mow some hay. Doesn't look like the best of days so far, but it's early yet. It's about 8:30 Sunday morning. It's supposed to be pretty all week, or prettier than it's been being anyway. It's not supposed to rain this week, let's put it that way. I don't know how much the sun's gonna shine. It's supposed to be a lot cooler. Let's see what the temperature is. 32 degrees right now. I knew I got a freeze warning this morning from the Weather Channel, so I figured it was below freezing or at freezing. Well, we're gonna go get I ain't even got nothing hooked up to mow with. I gotta get the T5 hooked up to the disc vine. It's still hooked to the square baler. I've been so busy working on firewood, I hadn't had time to mess with anything. But yeah, that's what we're gonna go do. Somebody wanted to see the outside of this building right here, so here it is. It's a nice, clean looking building. It's kind of a cream color, and those lines on it are the gutters. They're like a dark green, and then that's the gutter line. That is the gutter, that's the dark green. And it's the same color as our shop, which is right there. And I don't know, we just like that color. Now the roof is white, so the guy that built the building, he's a big believer in putting a white roof on the building no matter what color the building is. You can't really see the roof much on these buildings, but actually if you can't, when you do see it from the road a little bit, it's a nice contrast between the white and the cream. But he says if you get a colored roof, it absorbs a lot more heat and there's a lot more expansion and contraction, and it'll cause more leaks. So we always put the white roofs in our shop. I don't know if you can see it, but you see up there the roof is white. So I'll go over here and show you out show you the outside on the end of the building. But first, I acquired another Massey Ferguson tractor here. This one is a 4610M. It doesn't actually belong to me. It belongs to a good friend of mine, and he just parked it in here for a couple of days because he buys my round bales, and he buys the guy that was mowing just a minute ago. He buys that guy's round bales, so he's kind of, they just mowed a field out the road here and got, I don't know how many bales he told me, 70 maybe, 70 round bales. And he knew they were going to be getting this field up over here this week, so he asked me if he could leave this tractor here. But I actually done a review on this tractor. If I remember, I'll put a link to it somewhere. I spread some lime with it, but these are good tractors. He really likes it. He likes this better than he does the 4700, but I like the 4700 better than this. So I guess it just depends on what you like. Best just to get in each tractor if you're looking about buying one. Get in each tractor and see how you like it. See how it fits you. But anyway, this is the garage door, and I'll unlatch it, push it up, and it goes really high because we have those new high lift tracks on it. But we have not graded this area here yet. There's a bank right here going up, and we have to we got to finish grading it. So I'm walking up the bank here, and there's a road already right there that goes back down towards the shop. So what we're going to do is just come out of the door, tie in the road, so you can drive all the way through this building, which makes it easier about getting trailers in and out, because you can just pull straight in, stop, unload the hay off, then drive on through once it's all done. So this is the front of the building facing the road. When the doors close, all you see is this. We do have a wet weather spring coming out of the bank over there, so there's water coming out all the time, but it has been raining non-stop for years, it seems like. So anyway, we still got a lot of work to do around this building. We just hadn't had a chance to do it. Maybe next spring before we get to do it. And if that door open, it's like a wind tunnel. I'm going to close it back. So they put a new seal on the door. That's what that is. And we got, there's the old hinges. They put all new hinges on it, and they put all new rollers on it, and it rolls really smooth. And of course there's some of the second cutting that I've already got up. Hopefully by the end of the week I'll have a bunch more second cutting. Well, it won't be a bunch more, probably about that much more, another 400 bales maybe if I'm lucky, and I'll be done. So let's get this baler unhooked and hook up to that mower over there, go mow some hay. Some gloves out of the shop. I was getting ready to start unhooking this thing, and I remembered a tip from my buddy that's got the Massey Ferguson over there to put on some gloves when you're handling PTO shafts and hydraulic hoses, so your hands are clean when you get back in the tractor. And I've been meaning to put some gloves in the tractor, and I just can't ever remember to do it. But tractor over there kind of reminded me, hey, why don't you go get some gloves put on before you get grease all over you? Because most of the time what I do is keep a rag in the toolbox of the tractor, and I get grease all over me, and then I'm over there trying to get the grease off of me so I don't smear it all over my tractor. So I'm going to give these gloves a try. We have oodles and oodles of these gloves because there's a glove man that comes by about every 2 weeks or something. He comes by and tries to find us to sell us more gloves, and we've got so many gloves now we don't know what to do with all of them. Stuff to unhook with this baler. Well, it's just 2 wires. Actually, this is 4 wires in one and 2 wires in one. This is for the acid applicator. This is for the BH2 bell monitor. I actually converted this plug to this type of plug so I could and move the plugs outside of the cab, because they used to be the plugs were up in the cab for the moisture monitor, and I had to get up in there and unhook them, which was fine, but I always got out of the tractor and then remembered that I have to unhook them in the cab, then I have to get back in the tractor, and it just wasted a lot of time. So I redesigned it here and put a plug on the outside, tied it up with my main hydraulic hose that raises the pickup head up and down, and that's been working really good. I got caps that I keep on them when I ain't using it. Jack it up just a little more, because the jack gremlins will come let it down. I know they always do. All right, back to the mower now. Told that damn jack gremlin would let it down. I gotta get out and jack this one up. I was hoping them dang jack gremlins couldn't find me over here in the new shed, but looks like they done figured out where I'm parking my equipment at. Oh, me. All right. All the grease is on my gloves, still my hands. All right, here we are. Excuse me, at the first field I want to mow, and this was a fertilized field. This is the only one I'm really concerned about getting up since I fertilized it for a second cutting, and it looks really good. I know it don't look real tall, but it's really thick. It's taller than it looks. It's kind of laid over a little bit, but this is the field I used the fence mower in with the little 1910 Ford tractor. I about said 1920. We used to have a 1920 Ford tractor also, which I liked it, but my dad didn't, and he sold it. I'd rather had the 1920 than I had the 1910. But I plan on bringing my 1026R out here with the fence mower on it once I get mowed this time. If I get time, hopefully I'll have time, then come out here and mow these fence lines again, because they're getting pretty growed up again. And I want to try the fence mower some now that we've worked on it a little bit. It's not a lot different than it was, but we worked on a few things on it, and it'll be nice to have it on a hydrostatic tractor where you can go forwards and backwards pretty easily and quickly. I think it'll speed the process up. So hopefully I'll get to make that video before too long. Now that I'm mowing this, I've been kind of waiting till after I mowed it to do it, make that video. Because I wanted the field to be mowed so I could get in there and mow the fence line. I thought about it, I almost done it after first cutting, but I just never did have time. Okay, let's get started here. Get in the T5 Clive. That's what my wife finally decided was naming this tractor, was Clive. Somebody had recommended Clive when we asked what we ought to name it, and she didn't like it until I think it's Despicable Me 3. I think it's the third one. If you have kids, you gotta watch a lot of cartoons. But anyway, the villain in that movie, he had a robot named Clive, and she likes the robot, and I guess the name must have grew on her, so she decided to name T5 Clive. So, oh, and Massey Ferguson's name is Sassy. It's the Sassy Massey. I don't call them by their names though. I just call it 4710 and T5. But she does. It's fun for her, I think. All right, let's get started here. You got to get through this gate, get everything fired up. I got it in 540E. 540E works just fine in this field because it's not steep. Kind of steer it in this field, steer it through the gate. Get over here to the edge of the field. Thing I normally like to do is mow clockwise the first few rounds. Some people like to mow counterclockwise and do the back swath first, but I like to just run over the hay on the very outside of the field because most of the time there's more weeds and it's harder to get dry on the outside of the field anyway, and the hay that you run over will be right against the edge of the woods, and sometimes it doesn't mow it all clean. So instead of having hay that's it's not mowed off clean one round out from the woods, then you got all the hay that's not mowed off clean. One track is right against the woods or the fence, and the other track is, 6 foot from it. So I think it just looks a little neater. And so what I'll do is I'll mow clockwise about 3 or 4 rounds, and then I'll turn around and mow my back swath. Somebody asked that question, why I didn't mow. I guess they seen me mowing, and I was mowing like I am now, and I wasn't cutting the back swath yet. They asked me why I didn't mow the outside round of the field. Well, I do mow the outside round of the field, it's just not the first thing that I mow. I always try to mow up as close to stuff as I possibly can with this mower. And that's one reason I like to run the guard up on the end, so I can mow closer to stuff. But I don't recommend doing that from a safety standpoint, but that's the way I do it. If I run close to houses or stuff like that, I put that end guard down. But most of the time I'm just out here by myself, out in the middle of the field. The tall grass is against that side. It can't throw much out, especially in first cutting. It can't throw anything everything that comes out of that end just gets tangled up in the grass, which I've never really had anything go out of it that I know of anyway. And but anyway, I can see it being an issue if somebody was standing around out in the field watching you. Might want to put it down, but just being out here by myself, it's just more of a hassle to put it up and down, trying to get through gates, getting on and off roads. And it's not facing the tractor, so it doesn't bother me at all. Some pretty hay. I hope I can get it dry. Hopefully I got all week, and the sun is shining. Sun's out shining now, so if the sun shines good all day, I may head this evening. Get the old sassy mashy out and head it. So glad to have all my hay done, and I've been praying for good weather to get it done before I go on my trip. I'm going on a trip this weekend, taking the toy hauler and the ATVs, and going to West Virginia. Gonna do some ATV riding. Well, I'll be in a side-by-side. Be riding my Razor. The service manager he's a service manager, part owner of the New Holland dealership, Massey Ferguson dealership that I deal with. He's going up there with me. He's renting a cabin. This is our 3rd year going together. We always go up there and have a good time. We've got to be pretty good buddies. You notice I'm back into a Massey Ferguson hat today. I went to the New Holland dealership last week to get some more crop saver propionic acid, so I make sure I'd have plenty to finish up my second cutting. And I was wearing a John Deere hat when I went in there, and if you wear a John Deere hat into a New Holland / Massey Ferguson dealership, you get all kinds of free hats. New Holland hats, Massey Ferguson hats. That worked out pretty good. I need to wear a John Deere hat in there every time I go. That way I get more hats. I didn't get that many hats when I bought my tractor. I got one. I might have got 2 New Holland hats when I bought the T5, and I got 1 Massey Ferguson hat when I bought the 4710. I guess I guess hats are expensive.